Hello, it's Susan, and I'm so happy to be with all of you today. So, our topic is True Confessions of a Human Being. That would be me. So, you know that whenever I speak with you, I'm here to bring joy, upliftment, inspiration, lightness of being, depth of wisdom, and connection to cosmic dimensionalities of the expanded universe of you. And I love that. I love doing that. I love the creation that I'm in at all times. And they're all creations. And I'm human. So recently there seems to have been a huge increase in the feeling sensation of overwhelm for so many of us. Overwhelm comes from this place of I don't have what I need in this moment. So I have found myself curled up in a ball with that feeling of help me, I don't have what I need, I'm on overwhelm, it's all too much, I just want to go away, or I have got to fight something. So we either go into wanting to push it all away or retreat from it all. Can happen, and that happened for me, and I felt my little adrenals going into terror. I can't do this. It's intense stuff sometimes, believe me, I know that, and we all are working with that. So I wanted to bring that forward because it may look like we don't have our moments of, or that we're not supposed to have those moments, or if we're bringing peace on earth, we just have to stay with peace and keep our emotional realms in the closet. Well, they're not going to stay in the closet anymore. It's a very destabilizing time. We hate the systems of this world. Many of us are like, oh my God, we're so done with all these systems of the world. They just don't make it for us. I get that. Absolutely they don't. We know it's part of the old paradigm. But it's very destabilizing when you're shifting from a world or worlds of all these old systems that have to go, and they're unstable and they're moving, but we don't know what the new stability is. That's an unknown, right? What does that look and feel like? We have ideas. It's bliss, it's joy, it's stability, it's security, it's safety. Our sense of safety is out the window, right? What do we have that is a safety bridge mechanism, landing pad within us that we can really go to is so, so, so important because it's not on the outside. So these are ancient wounds. These are ancient challenges I'm talking about. Since the beginning of humankind here, our human nature has felt like it's in survival and can't make it. And when we talk about creation, it's like, what are you talking about? It's not safe here to bring forward creation. So let me help you with some of those things that we work with overwhelm. And that, again, that feeling of we don't have what we need. It's all too much, and our body feels like it's going to explode. And we can't take things off our plate, right? Okay? Sometimes we can, and that's important to look at. That's all part of taking care of what matters most. What can you take off your plate? Often what you can take off your plate is caretaking others so much. It's easy to just say, I don't have it in me today, or to turn off your autopilot to try to help other people, fix other people, whether it's energetically, as it relates to people in the other sides of the world, or internal in our own immediate situation. If I could only help them feel better, I would feel better. I wouldn't feel so overwhelmed, because it's our emotional response always that makes us feel overwhelmed, helpless, hopeless, wanting to hide, all of that. It is our emotional response. It's not the situation, it's our emotional response to it. So when people say things like they're having a hard time, our emotional response to that is yikes, often, let's do something about that so we can calm the waters of the instability around us so we can feel stable. Well, that's a lot of work, isn't it? It's a lot of work. So when I go into that feeling of overwhelm and it's all too much, I get that it's an emotional response. Couple things that I do besides recognizing that it's a part of me that wants to get reconnected because it's out there flailing, right? If a part of me feels overwhelmed, it's flailing. It doesn't know what its stability is. So it's important for me to present that possibility to it. Where is my safe space? What can I bring in of universal resources to feel stronger internally and not flailing all over the place, too wide open to everything going on? That inner strength within. Another thing that's really, really key is to simplify. And you could laugh and say, simplify my life. Are you kidding me? I'm doing the bare minimum and I come home from work or I'm doing this and that and I'm like collapsed because it's all too much. So I'm doing it, the best I can. I hear you. Absolutely. But let's take a moment and do something like when you're in the taking a shower, or you can deliberately take an extra shower, or drink some water, or do something you enjoy. Maybe it's move around a little bit, shake your booty, or take a walk. But when you're doing that, feel that sensation of, oh, this is simple. I can do this. This is simple. I got this. This is simple. I'm putting water on me. I'm letting the water run over me. I can do this. Because often we feel like we're in overwhelm. We can't do this life thing. I can't do life. Feel those moments, try it on, of I can do this. I can take a walk around the block and I'm doing it. Look at me, I'm doing simple. I'm doing life. I'm doing simple. I'm doing life. What happens is we often will go into emotional reaction, then we're all over the place, and we take a walk and we're like, blah, 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 in our hearts, minds, and in our inner dialogue or outer dialogue. Go into, okay, this is simple. This I can do. I'm not in overwhelm right now. I'm going to put this flower in the vase, and it is simple. Look at me. Yay. Right? The other thing you can do that's very practical is I will often, the night before, make a list of priorities, things that are valuable to me that I want to have happen the next day. I like that little bit of planning. When I put it down on paper, I say to myself, this is my intention. These things will happen with ease and grace, and maybe there'll be room for some unexpecteds. What a concept. That would be very helpful, wouldn't it? Because it's the unexpecteds that put us in overwhelm. So, and there will be room for unexpecteds, but I will not go all over the place. I will stay with what's important to me, valuable to me and my life right now, and let that be okay. And what I get done, I get done. And what I don't get done goes back on the list again. Keep it simple, right? Because when we wake up in the morning with that feeling of, oh my God, I've got so much to do, that's emotional response. That's not being in the magic of life. Okay? So be aware, it's going on right now. Collective feeling of overwhelm. Are you taking on their overwhelm? No. It's just when something is up, we have more of a tendency to unconsciously go with what's going. We just do that because we want to feel connected unconsciously. So be aware of that and really be there for yourself in the simplicity of life. And let that balance help your nervous system, your heart, everything in you. And speaking of heart, another thing you can do is come into your beautiful heart. This sanctuary space in your heart. And I know sometimes when I'm on that screaming Mimi of I can't do this and it's so crazy. I don't have a heart. Are you kidding me? I don't know where it is. It's gone. will come up. Don't ask me to go into that place. I'm not asking you to do that all the time, because there are times when you need to take care of those feelings in yourself so you don't spew them all over the place. Take care of them. Be with them. Find out what that part of you that's in overwhelm needs, and it usually it doesn't have what it needs and wants to feel it has what it needs. So you have to go into that place inside in the universal dimension to get what it needs. Is it love, support, strength, peace, whatever that is? So I'm going to read something to you now that's in the newsletter as well, to help you go into that sanctuary within you easily in a moment when other parts of you are screaming their little heads off about not having what they need. Okay, wrong side. A sanctuary resides inside you, no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a breath, enter, and sit down. Sit down on the throne of your own precious, sacred heart. You can even right now imagine a throne of your choosing inside your sacred heart space behind your physical heart, and see yourself, imagine yourself sitting on that throne. Feel how that feels. Feel the inner nourishment, strength, regalness of you on the throne of your heart and your life. How beautiful. See that, recognize that, let that start to expand within you, that you are on the throne, in the throne of life. And you always have that to come back to as your orientation point for stability, clarity, wisdom, joy, being in command of your life, and actually being there for yourself. So, beautiful, beautiful human nature that you are, combined with your exquisite connection to a universe of love and creation that you are, precious soul. I greet you, bless you, and may I inspire all that you are to come forward and speak to you and say what you need, so that we can create the stable place of the new world that is emerging because of us. Blessings to you at this time, and please feel free to subscribe to this wonderful YouTube channel so that you can feel the blessing pouring to you all the time, every time that you get that ding that says a new video is coming out. And I will be in the retreat in Georgia for the next couple weeks, but I will see you again soon, and lots of May springtime things appearing for you, specials, you name it. Oh my gosh, new opportunities. So stay tuned. If you're not signed up to my email list, please feel free to go to soulmastery.net and sign up so you get to hear about all these special spring offerings for you and your sacred heart space. Many blessings to you and that beautiful human nature of you that is so longing to get reconnected. And we're here to help with that. Much love.